China's Premier says Beijing is ready to work with Australia to keep their relationship on track. It comes as Prime Minister Scott Morrison sits down with his Chinese counterpart on the sideline of the East Asia Summit in Bangkok. Political reporter Trudy McIntosh is following the Prime Minister.
Scott Morrison will spend just over 24 hours on the ground here in Bangkok as he prepares to meet world leaders to discuss trade and security. Touching down on Sunday, the Prime Minister was straight to meet the Chinese Premier Li Keqiang. The pair sitting down amid frosty relations between the two nations. The Chinese Premier stressed the shared economic interests and committed to working together. He says despite downward economic pressure, Beijing is ready to work with the Australian side to keep our relationship on the right track. The Prime Minister also extended the olive branch.
This is our opportunity, amongst others, to talk about that relationship, and like you, I feel very strongly and committed to improving that relationship and ensuring we realise its full potential.
It was then onto the ASEAN Gala dinner, brushing shoulders with world leaders. On Monday, the Prime Minister will attend a business breakfast, announcing a boost in work and holiday visa places for Thai nationals. It's then on to a dedication ceremony for the Hellfire Pass at the Australian Embassy before the ASEAN formalities resume. Sustainable development will be the focus of the ASEAN Leaders' Lunch before the PM attends the East Asia Summit alongside 18 other nations, including Russia and the US. Security issues set to dominate before Mr Morrison turns his attention to trade at an RCEP meeting as leaders try and finalise a free trade deal. Despite early optimism that an agreement could be reached by the end of the year, it's understood India is holding out, introducing new demands ahead of the summit.
There are still, for some parties, significant negotiations in terms of their own market access exchanges, how much they are willing to lower tariffs, open up quotas between one another. Now, Australia has progressed to a very good position with nearly all of the negotiating parties there, and I'm confident that we could get to a point of settlement ourselves, but it's got to be a point of settlement across each of the different 16 parties, and there are challenges that remain between some of them.
The PM is also expected to hold bilateral meetings with India, Singapore and Malaysia. Scott Morrison's agenda here in Bangkok had to be completely rejigged after just days before this summit, Chile cancelled APEC. It forced foreign affairs officials to rejig the Prime Minister's schedule to include more bilateral meetings. Trudy McIntosh in Bangkok for Sky News.